WrestleMania season and is here. And the WeBook It boys are ready to give you our predictions for WrestleMania, both nights 1 and 2. Let's kick it into gear.
All your favorite wrestling shows rolled into one. Welcome to the WeBook It podcast. Let's start the show.
What's up, WeBook It fam? Welcome to the WeBook It Sunday Night Pod. I am your host, Big Daddy C, stepping in for the one and only Virgil, the head honcho himself. He's out taking care of family business, so I'm stepping in to fill the shoes. And we have our guy, Freaky Fritos, the Booker of the Year, the reigning, defending, undisputed Booker of the Year, holding the World Championship as we speak. And we have Coach, the workhorse of the pod, the man, the guy you can go to know who to look for in wrestling. Whether it's NXT, TNA, AEW, WWE, it doesn't matter. You go to Coach. What's up, fellas? What's going on?
Nothing much. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my singles and tag team competitors. Also, I love you, Coach. Oh, I feel so good saying that. But guess what? WrestleMania is here next week, so we're in the middle of it. It is literally wrestling Christmas. I am so excited. We got so much planned for you folks. I cannot contain my excitement. I don't want to spoil it. I normally ruin all the gifts I get everyone for Christmas. Just saying, I've got the fiance some sexy lingerie for myself, so don't worry. But I just ruined it. But don't worry. But like I said, we've got some great content, so keep eyes out for that.
All right. So, what we're gonna do? We're gonna start off with night one. There's no particular order. We just got a list of all the matches that we have for nights 1 and night 2. So we're gonna start off, fellas, with night 1. War Raiders versus the New Day for the World Tag Team Championships. What's your predictions, fellas?
Oh, give me a second. I put this lovely championship down because this is going to require all efforts here. Because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? This is going to be a little bit special for these predictions. Whoever gets the most predictions is your official Booker of the Year. And guess what? That title means everything to me. All right? I am the Gunther in this situation. Booking is my job. It is my life. I love everything about it. And I will be damned. You hear me? I will be damned if anyone in this podcast takes that title from me. I'm going for low blows here. So, with this one, I'm going New Day. They are the biggest tag team heel right now. That Karrion Kross effect is real. I think if they secure the W at WrestleMania for those tag team titles, it's definitely going to launch this new heel, and it's going to really set effect for that Karrion Kross effect.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on that one, Fritos. I think we're going to see the New Day as our new tag champions. I think they're going to do it through some heelish tactics, probably cheating when the referee's not looking, or via low blow. It's somehow, but they're going to win by their heelish ways, and I think that's going to add even more intrigue and more focus to the tag division on Monday Night Raw, because right now it's kind of non-existent right now, and I think we need the New Day to be the tag champions.
Yeah, I agree with you, fellas. Not too much to add on to it. I think the War Raiders, their run, it was a nice run, but it's now come to an end. It's nice. I would like to see the New Day be the champions under this new gimmick that they have now, and see what kind of run that they can go on. So I do have the New Day winning this match as well. All right. Next up, we have Jade Cargill versus Naomi. One-on-one match here. So, fellas, what are your thoughts? What are your predictions on this match here?
This one's intriguing as your, Friday night throwdown, lowdown, hoedown, whatever you want to add to those. I am the main host of that episode for Friday Night SmackDown. And this rivalry is intriguing, especially since they're highlighting these two lovely females here. I'm going to give it to Naomi. This whole new heel gimmick that they got going on is fantastic. It's intriguing because I think they're going to ride this out a little bit longer. If you give Jade the win, there'd be no point. I think they're going to build this on for Naomi, and especially for Jade, because I think the eventual goal is Bianca versus Jade, and they're not ready for that story-wise because I think that's going to be for one of the championships. So at this point, give the win to Naomi and build up more for that rivalry further down the line.
You know, I think even if you give Jade the win, you can still build this rivalry, and I think that would go along with Naomi's new character with her being a heel. You can tell she's jealous of Jade and everything. So maybe even if Jade wins, you can still elongate this rivalry because Naomi's not going to be like, oh yeah, I can't believe you did that. Now she's even more jealous, and you can keep having some good matches. So I'm actually going to give Jade the win on this one. But I see your point, though, Fritos, and I think you can still make this rivalry last longer, even with Jade winning.
Yeah, I'm biased, so of course I'm going to pick Jade Cargill to win this match. You know, she needs her big WrestleMania moment, and so I feel like at least as a singles competitor, so this will be good for her. I agree with you, fellas. Like, even if she wins or loses, like, you could continue this storyline after WrestleMania. So yeah, I got Jade winning this, and so we'll. I don't think it'll be in a dominant fashion. I think it'll be a nice, back and forth match. I think Naomi will hold her own, and eventually Jade will, reign supreme with her power that she has. So yeah, that's my prediction on it. Jade Cargill winning. Next up, we have LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu for the United States championship match. And so, what are you fellas? What are your predictions on this?
As much as I love the megastar, the superstar, with everybody saying L.A. and Knight, yeah. It's time for Jacob Fatu. It's his time to take the U.S. title. As much as I love Knight, Fatu is fantastic. It's time for the WWE to launch this man to the moon. Actually, past the moon. We're sending this man with Elon Musk to Mars. He's going to be your headliners for WrestleMania for years to come. And I think this WrestleMania launches that. So I'm picking Jacob Fatu.
Man, this one's a tough one for me because I can see it both ways. On one hand, you can see Fatu winning and just kind of running with it. But on the other hand, you can see LA Knight winning it, not because of him actually beating Fatu, but because Solo interferes and creates more tension between him and Jacob Fatu. So that's where I'm really torn with this one, but I'm gonna go with my gut, and I'm gonna say LA Knight wins only because Solo interferes and distracts Fatu.
Yeah, I love LA Knight as well. But I want to see Jake. I want to see Jacob get this thing done, man. It's his first WrestleMania match as a solo competitor. Well, actually, no, his first WrestleMania, period.
Mm-hmm.
So, I would definitely, normally people don't win they don't win their debut, WrestleMania debut, especially within the first year. And so I wouldn't be surprised if Jacob loses, but I do have him winning it. So that's my prediction. I think it's going to be a night of the Samoans winning their matches, respectively. And so I do have Jacob winning this match. Next up, we have Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair for the WWE Women's Championship. What are your thoughts, fellas?
Ooh, man.
This one is going to be the most interesting match throughout both nights. Just to the whole lead up and build of this match. From the Rumble where fans were upset, they basically had to do a whole pivot for Charlotte Flair, who was going to be the babyface in the situation, who's now the heel. And from the promo battle between the two, 3 weeks ago in Chicago, where it got a little personal and off script, things are getting intense. So either this match is going to be a banger where we are talking about it for years to come, or this is going to be a complete shit show. I think it's going to go down to history with this one, and they're going to give it to Charlotte. I think after this, the company is not going to be, I don't want to say they're not behind Tiffany Stratton. I think they almost, a little bit like Virgil was talking about last week, they might have jumped the gun with her, and Charlotte kind of shook things up, which is typical veteran move here. But I think they're going to go with this route with Charlotte winning.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I know from all the dirt sheets that we've been looking at and everything, I mean, people are pretty upset with Charlotte backstage with how she has handled this feud with Tiffany, and a lot of people are on Tiffany's side. But if you want to talk money making and everything like that, I think you got to go with Charlotte in this case. And I don't know. I mean, I think it's going to cause some turmoil in the women's division, but that might be a good thing to really help everyone, like getting some new challengers stepped up and everything like that. Maybe elevate some women that are considered mid-carders to that main roster or to the main event spot in the women's division. I don't know, but I don't think we get there yet with Tiffany. She is still learning the ropes and everything. I'm happy that she got her reign, but my gut's telling me Charlotte.
There's another one where I'm going to be biased. I love Tiffy, so obviously I'm going to pick her. But also, I'm not trying to see Charlotte win another championship. We know how I am. We know how I feel about Charlotte when it comes to this whole, return, get a championship opportunity. No, I'm over it. So Charlotte gains nothing by winning this match. She gains nothing. Like she's
another step closer to her dad's records. She's got to get a couple more divorces and a couple more championships, and we're right there, baby.
Well, once John Cena shatters that later on, night 2, it's over. She can hang it up. She can hang it up. It doesn't hold as much weight when it comes to the women. So, let's be real here. I got Tiffy winning this match. I think it'll be a banger match. Honestly, I talked about that a couple of weeks ago. I think even with the build-up not being as great, I think that the match could be a banger. So those are my thoughts on that. Next up, we have Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano, also known as Chad Gable. But they don't want to tell us that, but we know what it is. Fellas, what are your thoughts?
Rey's been on a hot streak lately with WrestleMania. So I'm going to go with the hot hand here and say Rey Mysterio. But we're going to get a face reveal, and we're going to finally see it's Chad Gable under the mask.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you there, Fritos. I'm going Rey, and they're going to reveal it to be Chad Gable on demasking him and everything. I think this one's a pretty clear cut on how they're going in this direction.
Oh, well, okay. Well, fellas, it looks like this is where we part ways. I got El Grande Americano winning it.
Ooh.
And good old typical heel, doing heel tactics to win the match. But I think that we might find out who has been training Chad Gable in this match. That might lead to him actually winning it. So Who that may be, we don't know. But yeah, I have El Grande Americano winning it, aka Chad Gable. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Next up, we have Jey Uso versus Gunther, the World Heavyweight Championship match. Fellas, what are your predictions on this match?
Give me a second here. Let me get the glorious championship that Jey Uso is gonna win. What after the whole event with Jimmy, Jey is a new man. I don't think he's the right hand man or any of that. No, this is the Samoan warrior Jey Uso. This man is not going to be eaten. He's going to be looking for blood at WrestleMania. He's going to win this championship at WrestleMania. He's a hot commodity. Literally, everyone's eating. Every single person's eating. So I think it's about time he gets his flowers and you give him the World Heavyweight Championship. Yeah. Oh wait, Yeet. Sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say that's not right. You picked the wrong guy for that.
That's yeah, Yeet.
Yeet. A tough one because again I can see it going either way. I'm gonna go with Jey. I am gonna go with Jey. I think gonna ride the hot hand with the momentum. But honestly, we'll probably see this week when Gunther comes out to address tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw, because we know the thing, whoever gets the upper hand on the go home show usually will not win. So if it's Jey that gets the upper hand, then it's probably going to be Gunther winning it. But I feel like they might tease us and just have Gunther come out, say his remarks, and then no Jey interference or anything like that to really keep us on our toes. Because, the creative team, they know the true wrestling fans, they know all the ins and outs of booking and everything. I really feel like they're going to try and keep us on our toes for this one.
You mean like me, the Booker of the Year, who Triple H he probably takes my notes?
Yes, just like that. Just like that, Fritos.
Yeah, I got Jey winning this one primarily because of the fact, and really, to me, honestly, I think it's deeper than who has the momentum and who doesn't. I think Gunther's had the most momentum over the last month and a half. So really, like, even if Jey happens to get the upper hand on tomorrow night, I don't think it matters. But I think just off the simple fact that, for one, Jey's run, his push has been pretty solid, pretty big time for the most part. They shocked the world by having him beat Braun Breaker on Monday Night Raw for the Intercontinental Championship. We didn't think that was going to happen.
Very true.
And so, granted, Braun, took it back off of him, because of what was it? Was it Jimmy that cost him, or
no? It was
Solo.
It was Solo. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was Solo.
I got tickets.
Yeah. So yeah, it was Solo. But yeah, and on top of that, I think just the fact that this entire half a year since Gunther has beaten Priest for the championship at SummerSlam, the run has not been great. We think back to what was it, Saturday night's main event? He wasn't even on the show. Mm-hmm. The big Raw Netflix debut. No one. He wasn't even on the show. He had a promo, but I mean, how do you have a big time debut and you don't have your top champion on a roster, even appear in person? So, and then just overall, yeah, you had the crown jewel, feud with him and Cody. You had him lose to Cody. It's almost like, damn, what the hell? So I get it. He hasn't lost the championship. He hasn't lost his championship in all the defenses he's had, but I just feel like he hasn't had the best, run as world champion. And so I feel like, he lost last year. He lost his Intercontinental Championship after a historic run to Sammy. So one would think that, they're not going to let him lose championship back-to-back years. First Intercontinental Championship off his historic reign. Now a World Championship, his first World Championship, and then his first WrestleMania defending that championship. No one's going to have him lose a championship back-to-back years. But when you don't have a great successful run leading up to this pay-per-view and your title feud is not even in the top 3 feuds for WrestleMania, that says a lot. So I feel like I do think it's time to take the title off of Gunther to see what can Jay do. And obviously they'll have a rematch at Backlash, and then we'll see what happens from there. If they even let Jay keep it, and then see what kind of run he can go on throughout the at least until SummerSlam. So I got Jay winning, and it'll be a big time match. Hell, it might end up. This might end up being a banger. It might end up being better than the main event, which we'll touch on next. And so, yeah, I got Jey Uso winning the championship. Like I said, I got all the Samoans winning their respective matches. And so yeah, we'll see what happens next. Coach, did you have something to say? I saw you raise.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm just messing with the camera with the pencil.
Oh, okay.
That's all I'm doing.
All right. Next up, we have our actual main event for night 1, which is Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns versus CM Punk, who will be accompanied to the ring by Paul Heyman. Fellas, what are your predictions for this match?
I'm not trying to do Steiner math here because there's too many variables and numbers and stuff. And math wasn't my strongest suit. Mod Squad for life. So with this one, I'm going Roman. I think there's too many variables in this, but I think what the eventual goal is for Roman to be the new super baby face of the company. That's what Vince tried to do. And I think after this whole lengthy run of him being the super heel, I think it's time for him to be the baby face. As much as I want CM Punk to win, and I would love Punk to win, he had his dream was to be main event at WrestleMania. But there's no guarantee of him winning the main event. But the only odd variable in this is Seth's new favor he told to Heyman, since he didn't stomp him. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. But for right now, I'm going with Roman.
Yeah, I think that's a good choice. I definitely don't see CM Punk winning this main event. Like, this is his dream and everything, and I feel like that him losing is only going to maybe set up something for next year's WrestleMania to main event again. I'm going a different route. I'm going with Seth Rollins getting the victory and going full heel and turning full heel against Roman and Punk. And that's going to be like something where it's going to be along the lines of Heyman's favor, is him betraying CM Punk or something like that and helping Seth Rollins win the match. That's what I feel like is going to happen.
Oh, hold on here, ladies and gentlemen. We have our first comment of the night.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
I'm the producer tonight, Fritos.
I still have capabilities here. Sorry. You do.
As Mike will say, on Sunday Pod, I am the producer. All right, he put me in charge. So I'm going to be the one to show the comments tonight. Thank you. All right. So Mike says, what up, family? Mike, what's going on, man? Hope all is well, man. Hope the family's safe and healthy, man. So I'm glad you're tuning in to the episode.
Someone's going to cause chaos here. Love you, Mike.
Right. Know you're wrong, Fritos. That's right. Know you're wrong. And shut your mouth. Yeah, man.
I quit. I'm breaking up with everyone.
But yeah, man, I got Roman winning. Obviously, I think now he lost last year, so everyone needs a bounce back win. The following year after losing WrestleMania, so he's been on a tear of WrestleMania wins. And so I think he'll get his bounce back win on this night. If I'm wrong, it's cool. I'm not going to sleep good. I just want to see some crazy shit going on at WrestleMania. So next up, also hold on. Speaking of, I just want to go throw this out there. So when we were talking about LA Knight, so I was working at Sam's Club yesterday. So I do the food demos and shit at Sam's Club, and so there was a kid that had an LA Knight shirt on, and so I was like, I told his father, I was like, all right, I'm gonna test him real quick to see if he gonna respond. I was like, yeah, and he didn't respond. I was like, damn. Oh, let me say it again. He probably didn't hear me. I was like, yeah, and still nothing. I'm like, damn. I'm like, that hurts. So I just let it go. I was like, damn, man, he's just wearing a shirt just to wear it, man. Come on now. How you gonna wear LA Knight shirt and not say yeah when somebody else say yeah, man? What we doing? I'm like, come on, man. I looked at his parent. I was like, bro, what you doing, man? What you teaching your kid? Like, you supposed to tell him. Yeah, I'm like, you supposed to let him know when somebody say yeah, they see him with a LA Knight shirt on, say yeah, and you supposed to respond to it. All right. Like, what we doing here, man? Mike said, who should have asked him whose game it is. I don't think that would have mattered, man.
Nah, he wouldn't have known that.
All these kids care about when they come to Sam's Club is getting some free food, man. Money, samples. Like, that's all they care about, man. And so,
care about anything else? That's all I care about is the free food.
Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point.
I don't go there for the bulk items.
And they're reasonable price. Paper towels for that paper.
Right. I need a shit ton of paper towels.
Exactly.
Mike said greedy ass kids. Exactly. That's all they are. That's all they are. Goddamn, we got some cheap ass goddamn deli food, good ass pizza that you can get for what, less than $3. And you got all type, the ices and the good old large drink for less than $1. You got hot dogs, good old Nathan's, the top of the brand, top tier brand of hot dogs. You got all this stuff that you can get for a cheap price. Oh yeah, but all it is, oh yeah, free samples. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
That kid's probably a Costco kid.
Yeah.
He probably gave you guys 5 dooms.
Yeah, man. Take y'all ass to Chick-fil-A. But I digress. Moving on. Night 2. Night 2, we got Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship match. Fellas, what are your thoughts on this?
All right. Everyone knows mommy's number one in my heart and always on top.
And on your Instagram likes.
But I think they give this to Io Sky. She's been the underdog in this whole story. The whole focus on this has been Bianca versus Rhea throughout the whole time. I think they do a steal away in this, and Io takes it. And I think with Bianca and Rhea, this leads into Backlash, which I'm going to be attending. Folks, if you're attending to Backlash, let me know. Maybe we'll meet up, get a beer, get some nachos or something. Have a grand time. But yeah, I think Io is going to be this because this whole run with her now, what's the point of giving her the title just for her just to lose it to Bianca or give it back to Rhea? There's no sense. So I think they're going to try to build up Io for that megastar in the women's division. I hate you, Fritos. Wow.
Yeah, that was bad.
Mike, we've known each other for almost a year now. And this is how you betray me? No, I'm glad John Cena broke up with you. And you can't mute me or put me in timeout now because you're not here. Ha ha! Sucker.
Okay, so well, that's happening. I'm gonna agree with Fritos here.
Sorry, Fritos. I had to do it. I
thought he did it for a second. I got scared.
You walked right into that one. I'm sorry. All right, go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, I'm going with Fritos on this one. I think Io is gonna win this. I totally agree. The focus has been on Rhea and Bianca. I do think we are gonna get something along those lines with Bianca and Rhea, that they're going to be number one contenders, and eventually Bianca will dethrone Io. But that's not going to happen at WrestleMania. Io is going to retain that title.
Yeah. I got Bianca winning. It's been a while since she had a world championship reign, so I think they'll put it back on her, and then we could potentially get ourselves lined up for her versus Jade. I don't know. It won't be at Backlash. I think it'd probably be at a pay-per-view down the line, maybe at Saturday night's main event, the next one. But yeah, I got Bianca winning this one. Next up, we got Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Balor versus Dirty Dom, fatal four-way match for the Intercontinental Championship. So, fellas, what are your predictions for this match?
This one is, for me, wise, I think this might be the match of the night. There's so many interesting figures we got in this. Like I've said before, they want to do a multi-man match for the IC Championship, and we've got some great competitors. We've got a freak of a nature of Braun Breaker. We've got the next highest luchador under Rey Mysterio. We've got Finn Balor and Dirty Dom Mysterio. In this one, I'm giving it to Dirty Dom. As much as I want Braun to continue, I think his time is in. I want Penta eventually to get the IC Championship, but they're not going to give it to him his first WrestleMania. And I think with Dom winning, this cements the final breakup for Judgment Day, because we both know, all of us know, and all the fans know, that Finn's going to crash out. And finally, we're ending this iteration of Judgment Day. And also, it's been a hot minute since Dom's had some championship. The last one was the North American championship from NXT. He held that for a hot minute, but that's also been about almost 2 years. And they're extremely high on Dom. He was one of the most, had the most matches, in 23, 24? So I think it's time to start launching this man, because he will be eventually your World Heavyweight champion or your WWE champion. So I think the time is to start right now with the fall of the Judgment Day.
I'm going right there with you, Fritos. I think Dirty Dom's gonna surprise everybody. I think he's the wild card in this IC title match. I do think Braun Breaker's gonna get elevated to the main event level stuff now, and not just mid card titles. His ability and his overness with the crowd, I think, is perfect. I think it's time for him to go up that next step. And I agree. I think with Dom winning, it's going to send Finn over the edge. Penta's got plenty of time to get that. Let's not rush that. I know he's over right now, but let's wait a couple more months before we give him the title. I think we got to go with Dom on this one to, like you said, hopefully finally end this storyline with the Judgment Day and just get it over with, because it's really dragging right now.
You know what? I don't think about this one too tough, but after listening to you guys, I honestly think that Dirty Dom, he deserves his WrestleMania moment, man. I think this will be good for him in his career, winning this match. He's already been tag team champion. He's been NXT North American champion. And so I think this will be big time for him in his career to win this match, win a championship. We've seen unexpected title changes before with this title. We saw people of the likes of Zack Ryder win a ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. No one expected it, and it was a crazy pop when he did it. And so I think this will be big time, and then I think this will finally spell the end of the Judgment Day, and I'm praying, which I've been praying for the longest, because it's over. It should have been over after Priest left. Like after that was done, it should have been over. And I want to see Finn Balor go back to old Finn Balor, like wearing the jacket and all this other stuff. This hood Saints Row version of Finn Balor, I'm not cool with it, and I'm tired of it. I need him to go back to the regular Finn, all right, that we all know and love, because I want to see the Demon at some point in time, being it. And I hope we get it at WrestleMania. We'll see. We saw it against Edge, while he was in the Judgment Day. So hopefully we can get that again. We'll see what happens to that. But I definitely think Dirty Dom is going to get his moment and win his championship. How he will win it, I'm not sure. It would be cool if he did win it with the 619 and the Frog Splash to finish it off, giving a tribute to both his father and his other mentor, Eddie Guerrero, aka his other father.
Not the deadbeat dad?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep. So next up, we have Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. I believe the most recent match that was announced for the card. So yeah, this match we know has been brewing since last year, WrestleMania. Drew beat Seth. Damian cashed in on him after CM Punk had some play in that whole situation there. So fellas, what are your predictions for this match?
First things first, this is probably the most not underrated, but underpromoted match I'm not really looking forward to, other than Logan Paul versus AJ Styles. I think I want to say Drew, but my heart's telling me Priest, because I think they're trying to build Priest up post Judgment Day. Ever since he got kicked out from the Judgment Day, he hasn't really found his ground, essentially, because most of his feud afterwards was him going after the Judgment Day for months on months end. So I think if he wins, it's going to help him get some footing with the fans and maybe with the rest of the company, and kind of get an idea of where he's at and kind of build off from that. So I'm going to go with Priest, so that way they can help build him up, because Triple H is high on him.
So this is a Sin City street fight stipulation for this match. And when you have that kind of stipulation, you're essentially protecting both wrestlers no matter what the result is. Basically meaning if you are to lose this, at least you lost it because of the stipulation and everything. I agree, Fritos, that they are building Priest up, but this rivalry doesn't end here at WrestleMania. It's going to go on for a little bit longer, and the only way to keep doing that is for Drew McIntyre to win this one. And I'm going with Drew getting his revenge against Priest after last year's WrestleMania.
Yep. So for me, I got Drew McIntyre winning. He's going to get his revenge, his long-awaited revenge against Drew McIntyre. Against Damian Priest. I think Damian Priest, he loses nothing by losing this match. He had his big moment last year at WrestleMania, so I think you losing this match is not going to hurt him. I think if anything, it further enhances the feud between these two. You don't want it to a feud like this, based on how things have been happening on Friday Night SmackDown each week. You want this kind of feud to continue, so I don't think it ends at WrestleMania. So I feel like having Drew McIntyre win will help both parties win this in terms of this feud. Backlash, they'll have another match, which will probably be more gruesome than what this Sin City street fight will be. So yeah, that's my prediction on this match. Next up, we have Randy Orton. Well, potentially, we hasn't been an official match announcement yet, but Randy Orton is he has no opponent. He's looking for an opponent for WrestleMania. Nick Aldis has not, provided any information on that. And so I know we talked about in the previous episodes what our predictions were for Randy Orton's opponent. And so we'll just readdress that again tonight. Fellas, what are your predictions on who Randy Orton's opponent will be for WrestleMania Night 2?
All right. So really, there is 4 mystery opponents that we could potentially have. I'm assuming we're going to do 2 points for this one, naming the winner, then naming the mystery opponent. Is that how we're going to kind of do this right now?
I think that's fair.
Yeah, that's cool. Yep.
Let me mark that down quickly, gentlemen. All right. So far, since this is Vegas, and I'm a gambling man here, there's 4 odds here of who's going to be it. Number 1, after Friday Night SmackDown, which I do host that show again, it's Nick Aldis. After what happened in the promo, Randy getting a little personal mention to Mickie James and how he's going to leave him in a mess and all that, it's definitely getting a little personal. I wouldn't mind seeing that. 2, they did a little pivot here, if you notice, and brought out Solo Sikoa, which not a big fan of that one. If they're trying to build up Solo for some reason in the situation or not looking forward to it. You got Aleister Black. He re-signed with WWE. They've been teasing him with some promo video packages. Then we have the mystery one. I think, doubt it, because I have a feeling he's going to be on Monday Night Raw. Rusev. If I was a betting man, they're going to try to keep it in the SmackDown realm because there'd be no point of bringing Rusev for a one-time deal because I think they would want to build something up further down the line. I'm going to go Nick Aldis. I think he's going to make his WWE debut in the ring finally and kind of show off what Nick has offered to the wrestling world. And it's been a hot minute since he's wrestled. And that the fact that Randy got a little personal there, I think those 2 gentlemen would put out a fantastic match.
So
I'm at Randy winning it as well. Forgot about that.
So a lot's going through my head with this one. Kind of going based off of what you said, Fritos. I'm pretty sure they have announced that it's going to be Randy versus Solo. I'm almost positive, but here's what I think is going to happen, and it's going to be a carryover from night 1. Like I said, LA Knight beats Jacob Fatu because Solo tries to interfere and actually hurts Fatu from winning. Solo is getting ready for night 2, and Jacob Fatu finally loses it on him and injures him to where he can't compete. So they try and find somebody else. The other variable to this is if we think we know who's been training Chad Gable or El Grande Americano the night before, then this would pivot everything. If I had to guess, it's going to be Aleister Black's been helping, but they've been teasing him on SmackDown more. So that's where I'm thinking it's more Aleister Black coming in to face Randy Orton, but they're going to keep teasing us with the Nick Aldis return. He's going to come out and kind of tease that he's going to be the one to face Orton at Mania, but instead he'll say, actually, I had the liberty of signing somebody new to SmackDown, and that's when Aleister Black will come out and face Randy Orton. I still think Randy will win, but it'll be a really solid match to where Aleister looks strong in his return.
Yeah, I also think it'll be Aleister Black. I think in this situation here, you want the opponent to be big time. You want it to be someone believable that can hold their own with Randy. Solo is not the guy. So I do think Aleister Black will be that mystery opponent. And I do pick Randy Orton to win that match. Also, giving an RKO out of nowhere. Still unfortunate, man. We wanted the Randy Orton versus KO match, man, but the nature of the business had to take precedent and put KO out for an injury. So all prayers up for KO. Hope all is well. They can get his his neck injury, in order, and hopefully he can still wrestle for the years to come. Next up, we have AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. We had some teasers for this match after AJ Styles. Teasers leading up to this match after AJ Styles returned at the Royal Rumble. And so now we have the official match. So, fellas, what are your predictions for this match here?
Like I said, this one was a quick one to put on the card. The only saving grace for this match has been Karrion Kross on social media. Mm-hmm. He's really the focal point of building this whole match up. So for that alone, I'm going to go Logan Paul doing it. So that way they build up AJ versus Karrion some point later down, maybe at Backlash or further down the line, because I think that's where we get AJ turning heel, and they're going to do something more along those lines.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Fritos. I think Logan Paul is gonna beat AJ. I think, unfortunately, I say this with all due respect with AJ. He's in that kind of career where he's putting people over now, and there's nothing wrong with that. Even though I really want him to have one more title run, but I know he is a very giving guy and wants to help the up and comers, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen with this matchup. Logan Paul is going to win, but AJ is going to do some really, really good stuff like he always does. So I am excited for that. I hope I'm wrong.
It was very nice of you, Coach. Very, very heartfelt. But me, I'm not that kind of person. Fuck Logan Paul. AJ Styles is winning this match. AJ Styles, he's been gone for a hot minute, so he needs another WrestleMania moment. I have him winning this match with the Styles Clash, preferably. Hopefully we can get a little spiral tap from AJ Styles, but I know he says he doesn't like doing it anymore because it's a lot. So, but we'll see what happens. Maybe
a
450
Super Styles Clash from the top.
Yeah,
rope.
maybe
awesome.
maybe a 450 splash that works too. I will take that as well. But moving on, we have Liv and Raquel versus I believe it is now Bayley and Lyra Valkyria for the women's tag team championships. Fellas, what are your predictions for this match?
This one is simple. It's Liv and Raquel. Bayley and Lyra were kind of thrown together quickly as a tag team to just highlight the women's tag team division in there. I mean, it's somewhat highlighting the mid-card championship because Lyra being your IC championship, which I will say for booking-wise, I think this was a fail from Triple H not to have at least both mid-card titles for the women, if not at least one of them in WrestleMania. I could see them maybe do like a pre-show dark match, but that'd be no point because no one's really going to be watching it. But I do like Lyra. I'm happy that she's getting her first WrestleMania. And Bayley, I mean, she's fantastic and all that. But there's no real storyline I see with them two being together as women's tag team champions. So I'm going with the safe bet here with Liv and Raquel.
Yeah, I agree. Liv and Raquel. The only caveat that I have that I would add into this match is that Bayley turns heel on Lyra, and we extend that rivalry for the women's IC championship. But it's Liv and Raquel all day.
Yep, Liv and Raquel wins. I do see Bayley turning heel, and then we get that extension. So I agree with you on that, Coach. Last but not least, the real main event. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Fellas, what are your predictions for this main event match?
Mike, you still on here? Leave a comment if you are, quickly. Because I want your honest opinion here. No comment yet. All right, I'm just going to go at it. Well, I hope you got a new clean pair of pants because I'm going with John Cena on this one. It's his retirement tour. They've never done this in the likes of WWE. He's going to break Ric Flair's record. But I think it's going to be borderline almost like they've done with last year at WrestleMania 40. I think we're going to see a bunch of stars get involved in this one. I can see The Rock getting involved with the announcement of Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin being in the Hall of Fame for their match. We could potentially see Stone Cold in there involved as well. I don't know. This is going to be a really interesting match overall. But I think they're going to give it to John because they've got probably so much playing with him with so many feuds. With maybe the likes of CM Punk, the likes of Randy Orton, the likes of AJ Styles, maybe with Braun Breaker, with some of these new guys. And just, build them up or just, bury them. But they're definitely going to highlight John in this WrestleMania. It's 41. It's in Vegas. It's going to be a big-time one. I'm going with John.
I had just written down Cody Rhodes. I thought it was going to be pretty cut and dry, but then I started thinking about Cena's schedule for the rest of this year and his appearances. He's getting a lot of SmackDown appearances. I mean, either we're going to keep this feud extended into SummerSlam, or it's because John Cena is your new WWE champion and he's appearing when he can on SmackDown with that championship, since it is a SmackDown championship. I'm going to go against what my gut says, and I'm going to go with what I've been seeing, and I'm going to go John Cena. My gut says Cody, but if what I'm seeing online is all true, all signs are pointing to Cena winning at Mania.
Oh, yeah. I have John Cena winning as well. You don't do all of this for John Cena to lose. You don't do this heel turn to have John Cena lose. You don't have all of the the promos that have been happening with John Cena and Cody Rhodes. You don't have Cody Rhodes dropping Cena with the crossroads on Cena's last Monday Night Raw appearance before WrestleMania. You don't have this happen, just to have Cena lose. You don't have The Rock not show the fuck up at all since Elimination Chamber to have John Cena lose. All right? You don't have all of this happen to have John Cena lose. So I have John Cena winning. I agree with you, Coach. You got all the appearances that's coming up, mostly SmackDown. You got Saturday night's main event, all this coming up. You don't have all of this happen for John Cena to lose at WrestleMania. His last WrestleMania of his career, to be exact. Vegas, where what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. You want history to be made. Vegas is the best place to do it because it's not going to happen again. So you don't all these variables. You don't have all of this to have John Cena lose. All right. So I got John Cena winning. Now, in terms of the whole Avengers Endgame, people coming out of nowhere to help Cody, help John Cena. Yeah, I can see that happening because you want chaos. I love chaos, and I want that to happen on night 2. It happened last year. I feel like it's going to happen again. Now, who is going to interfere on each other's behalf besides the obvious folks? We don't know. But I'm expecting for it to be legendary. And I have John Cena winning his 17th championship, breaking Ric Flair's record, which I also want to happen because fuck Ric Flair. I'm tired of him trying to come back out of retirement over and over again to wrestle. I'm like, sir, are you trying to die? All right.
Yes.
You got people. I'm like, Triple H got a whole pacemaker in his chest, and he said, I'm done. Ric Flair, you ain't got no pacemaker in your chest. You almost died like 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, you still trying to wrestle. Sit your ass down, man. We tired of seeing you wrestle, all right? The streak, the record, it's time to break it. And realistically, if we really want to be technical, most of them championships were in other companies. So really, it ain't all WWE championship reigns if we really want to be technical. All John Cena's have been in WWE, nowhere else. So, I wouldn't mind Cena breaking the record, because really, technically, to me, he already broke it because it's all been WWE, not no WCW, not no goddamn NWA, no damn territories, none of that shit. All right, all WWE. All right, so I have John Cena winning this match and making history, man. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on it. Next up, we have one of our favorite segments here. Who to watch for Coach?
Oh, dang. Oh, I was not expecting this. I thought we were going somewhere else with this direction, but okay. I appreciate that. My goodness.
Someone hasn't been looking at the chat.
I was not expecting this. Oh, my goodness. Well, since this is a WrestleMania edition show, we might as well make it all about WrestleMania and what to watch for this coming weekend. And the one person you got to watch for in everything, and we kind of said his name before, it's Dirty Dom in the IC title match. I think he is going to really wow people with his ability. I think there's a lot of people are starting to appreciate what he is doing in the ring, and you can actually hear the crowd starting to kind of turn more positively towards him. He still has heat, but it's that heat of like, we hate your character and everything, and it's more out of spite than anything, not because of his actual ability. But I think if he were to win, I think it probably will be met with a mix of boos and cheers, but it's something that would be good for him. I think it just would add, as they say, if you're not getting a reaction, then you're doing something wrong. He's going to get a reaction from both sides, and I think that's going to be something that the creative team's going to have to think about going forward is, will we eventually turn him face or will we keep him heel? We'll have to find out on that one. And then as for in the women's side, I mean, there's a who's who of who you could pick on who to watch for. I'm going to go with the woman who probably won't get as much recognition as she should during her match, and that's Lyra Valkyria. I think she is probably the one who is going to try and keep her team in this match. I think Bayley's going to be the one that's going to be taking a lot of the bumps and taking most of the hits, only leading to her heel turn, and it'll be Lyra kind of picking up the slack and doing all of the offensive stuff as well to help stay in that match. So I definitely think she's going to be the big factor on the women's side, and that's who to watch for this WrestleMania 41, brought to you by me, Coach.
All right, next up, we got another segment here. So we're going to ask you guys, what is your favorite feud heading into WrestleMania? Out of all matches for night 1 and night 2. Which feud? We can do it for. Let's do both night 1 and night 2. What are your favorite feuds for each night?
Night 1, since we really don't know, this is kind of generally going based off our list here, because things might change. We still don't know the official card yet. If they go with the card that we just did for our predictions, Jay and Gunther for night 1. I mean, both the Royal Rumble winners have been underwhelming. The focus has been heavy on Seth, Roman, Punk, and John Cena and Cody. Just lately more what they've done with Jay, and I think with the IWC comments and all the other fans' comments, they really ramped up with this. We're not seeing the typical Jay, him yeeting, smiling, coming through the crowd a little happy. We've got a new Jay. Gunther looks a little scared. And everything what they've done, especially with Gunther, with all that blood from Jimmy and attacking him, it's really amped up this feud. And I think for night 1, based on everything we've seen, this is my favorite feud. Then for night 2, John and Cody. It's plain and simple as that. Just everything that happened with the shocking heel turn from John breaking up with all of us, especially with Mike, because he hates Mike, because he's such a shitty fan. How dare you, Mike? Man, he's really not watching here. But with all this and the anticipation of him getting number 17, there's a lot riding on this and just how they're building it up with this match. So I'm going with John and Cody for my favorites for night 2.
All right, for night 1, I mean, these are pretty simple for me, anyway, because these two rivalries were must-watch TV that I would make sure I was fully invested in the segment, or I would stop what I was doing and just watch it. And so for night 1, it's obviously Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and I guess I had Paul Heyman in there as well. That's, I mean, just how each of these competitors and / manager has done to elevate it has been nothing but spectacular. And like I said, it's must-watch TV anytime one of those 4 come on into the ring. And then night 2, John and Cody. Once again, must-see TV. When you get a 30-minute opening segment for Monday Night Raw because the crowd is booing the hell out of you and hating on you, it must be a pretty big deal for that rivalry. So that's why I'm going with that one.
Yeah, I'll see. That's what you want to go now. Okay.
Oh,
fuck you too then.
Big Daddy looking like Dr. Eva with his cap.
Yeah, I'll say my favorite feud, at least for night 1. Let me pull this shit back up. I'll say for night 1, I would pick Rollins versus Reigns versus Punk. I just want to see how that plays out, honestly. To see if Paul Heyman, who he's really going to align himself with. So I'm excited for that one. And then for night 2, obviously Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. I want to see what plays out with that. And so those my top 2 my favorite feuds for WrestleMania. And so let's see here. What do I have? What do we have here? All right. Our favorite segment. It is time for the Fritos Fave 5 WrestleMania edition.
Fritos
Fave 5. Sponsored by nobody.
WrestleMania edition. So we're changing this Fritos Fave 5 up. Since we just talked about feuds here, I thought I would do a Fritos Fave 5 WrestleMania feuds here. Big Daddy C, do you know how to hit my music? Because I would like to have some music here.
Oh, I got it right this time! Yay!
This is my WrestleMania moment right here. The Ultimate Feud, Big Daddy C operating the producer's box. But at number 5, I've got Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan. What can I say? It's an iconic match. The buildup of it, Andre going heel, Hogan cementing the ultimate babyface, launching his career, and really launching WrestleMania to what we know and love. At number 4, I've got Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. A 2-year story, essentially, of how Cody was trying to finish the story and win that championship for his daddy. Guess what? He won it. And now we're seeing some of the after effects of it, and I still love this. Literally, probably up there for one of my favorite WrestleMania matches. At number 3, I've got John Cena versus The Rock. The whole buildup of two great iconic legends going at each other, and just how John was nitpicking The Rock. I love everything about this. And number 2, you can't have WrestleMania without mentioning this man, the Phenom, The Undertaker. This man has so many to pick from. Fritos, who are you going to select? You've got Triple H. You've got Brock Lesnar. You've got so many great competitors. But for me, the one match that stands out and the feud that stands out the most that I love is versus Shawn Michaels. That match alone was fantastic. And everything that we heard about what was going on in the match with concussions and all of that, just pure work of art. That number 1, as a millennial, this match makes me think of WrestleMania. This match hypes me up. Every time I see this promotional video for it, I want to punch a wall, drink White Monsters, and kick some goddamn ass. It's Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock. Everything about this is WrestleMania. I love it. It gets me hyped up. I'm hyped up right now. I might just go to the gym and do some bench presses and go fight someone. That's how hyped I am because of that match. And that has been a Fritos Fave 5. Yeah.
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 I mean, Fritos, it makes me want to listen to some Limp Bizkit, My Way or the Highway, when I see that promotional video.
Highway.
I know.
It's my way. Really, really good list, Fritos. I mean, 1 and 2 were perfect. That's exactly what I was thinking of with that. I would have bumped Cody and Roman up to 3. And I'm going to be honest with you, I wasn't a big fan of John Cena and The Rock for that. I mean, that's just me. I wasn't a big fan of that build-up and that rivalry. So I'm actually going in a different direction. I'm going with, you got to go with Edge and Christian, the Hardys, and the Dudley Boys rivalry that took place at WrestleMania. I think that's got to be in there because of the memorable moments they brought us and how they really held down the tag division for pretty much 5 years going forward before they all 3 of them kind of broke off and did their own thing. I would put that one in instead of John Cena and The Rock. But other than that, Fritos, I give you a solid A- on that one. Really, really good.
All right, Fritos. Like I said, the Austin Rock, you won me over with that one, so I give you a solid A.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, that has been our We Book It Sunday Night Pod episode. That concludes our WrestleMania predictions. Thanks for all who has tuned in live. We streamed live on YouTube and Twitch tonight. Thanks for all who's been supporting us this long. We're now WrestleMania week, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. This is the Super Bowl for WrestleMania for wrestling fans. So we got the go home show for Monday Night Raw tomorrow. We'll be me and Coach will be, giving our reactions for Monday Night Raw tomorrow. And then for Wednesday, Thursday, I'll be giving my reactions for AEW Dynamite. And then Friday, we'll be having our live watch along for SmackDown, as well as the WWE Hall of Fame. And so we'll be live streaming that as well. And then for is Stand and Deliver Saturday morning or
Saturday
afternoon.
afternoon.
Yep. So we'll be doing a live watch along for that as well. So tune in for that on Saturday, as well as night 1 of WrestleMania. We'll be doing a live watch along. And then for are we doing like a react? Are we doing any like post night 1 episode for Sunday? Or are we just gonna wait until after Mania is over?
I think we're gonna wait till after
Mania is over. Okay. All right. So yeah, for some.
Technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry. We're still here. We're going to wait for the lovely producer here. But don't worry. As Big Daddy C was here, we don't have any dead air. But we do have some great content planned for it. Like I said at the beginning of the show, we are having some internal dialogue between us of what we're going to do for WrestleMania. We've discussed a potential watch-along. So watch with us. Talk shit to us about our predictions. I mean, it's going to be hard when I'm 100% right again. And still your reigning, defending Booker of the Year. I'm like, Coach, you're my wise man. You're supposed to be in my corner.
I know.
Do not give me that. But for everyone that's tuned in live, we appreciate you watching. This has been Fritos, Big Daddy C, and Coach. And thank you for tuning in. And as Virgil says, keep those booking pencils sharp and keep on booking. Peace.